So, gosh. Note to self, right? Ending the stream and starting a stream is not the easiest thing. So, first, I would like to say, if you guys were watching that beginning or the other beginning of the live, I apologize for logging off. Here's my new one. Zyla is present. Just please don't knock down the laptop because I don't need anything else. So self-doubt, right? Let's just talk about that right off the jump. First, stop doubting yourself. Let the mistakes be the mistakes and roll with the punches, right? Don't worry about making it perfect because you may end up shooting yourself in the foot. Message, okay? Where's my phone? Okay. I'm going to say a quick silent prayer and then one out loud. Okay. That was so irritating. I'm gonna have to like just shift my energy. Shift my energy. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Ancestors, guides, and angels for the good and good of all involved, higher self and source, thank you. Thank you for waking me up this morning, and thank you for my faux pas. May I learn from my mistakes. Okay. Every mistake, every wrong turn is a reroute in the right direction. Right? You're divine. I'm divine. Silent, please don't knock down the computer. Ancestors and guides, I ask that you guys help me bring forth a message, anything that people need to hear regarding their chakras, regarding things that will get their chakras in alignment and in balance in order for them to survive and thrive in this next week as best as possible. I ask this and so many more things in the divine's name, which root, heart, crown, to crown, I give thanks. Amen. Ashe. Aho. Okay, so in case you guys didn't catch the other thing and I was able to delete the first one, I do want to say my quick announcements again really fast. First, happy Cinco de Mayo. I hope you guys are gonna, anybody celebrating Cinco de Mayo, I hope you guys enjoy the day. Enjoy the day, enjoy your family, and, you know, cherish every moment. I would also like to shout out to all the mothers out there. Mother's Day is coming up this Sunday, so I want to say a good, big, loving thank you to all the mothers out there who are raising babies, multiple babies, raising families, raising whomever. Thank you for all the mothers out there, even the ones who haven't biologically given birth to people. May you also be blessed. Okay. And if you're even just a book mama or a cat mama or a dog mama, just happy Mother's Day, right? All of that matters. Do not let your service go unlooked. We love you. Special thank you to my mother, Miss Phaedra, Miss Lynn, okay? You can check out some of who she is and who I am. I did a video last year for Mother's Day, so you can check that. Just look down in my videos. Yeah. And then if you feel so called and compelled to, please drop a happy Mother's Day to my mom in the chat. Also, I did make those notes too. My name. Oh, I forgot all that whole part. Sorry, Jesus. My name is Ashante Marie. Welcome to Embodied Spirituality. I'm brought here by the divine. Okay? I'm here to do a chakra checkup on this Taurus season. This is week 3 of the Taurus season. There's a tardy energy that is present, okay, during this Taurus season. So make sure that, or a seemingly tardy, right? If divine timing is divine timing, then what is tardiness, right? So maybe it's just our definition and classification of being late or not doing things the time that we wanted to get things done, right? I wanted to start this live damn near a whole hour ago, but we're here now, right? And then I started the live and then kicked myself off. It happens, right? Ooh, I want to get things started. You may really be hard at work at something. You may be hard at work at something and inviting some friendships into your life. Maybe you're connecting with somebody on a childlike level, and you don't necessarily know what that means for the dynamic of your friendship. But know that this love that's coming in, this loving friendship, that could bud or could not bud into a relationship, just take it for what it is, the day at a time. It definitely could be love. It definitely could be a relationship. Okay, let me let you know which chakras I'm going to be reading for today. So I'm going to be doing my spread, my special Chakra CheckUp spread, and I'll be pulling some cards for the root chakra, the crown chakra, the throat chakra, but also the heart chakra, right? Those are the chakras most affected during this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. During this Taurus season. So right now I just gave myself a little spritz of my Connect spray. Okay, this is a sage and Reiki spray that I sell in my spiritual shop called Obsidian Lace. You can find that at embodiedspirituality.net. Again, embodiedspirituality.net. Okay. But yeah, they're Reiki and crystal infused, so I take the time, infuse it with good, positive, loving energy and any intention that has been inspired by spirit. So it's a sage spray that you can spray around your crown, around your space, around your room. You can spray your desk, whatever feels comfortable for you. This special spray. Sorry, you're gonna hear the dogs barking at my cat. I'm just kidding. This spray helps you connect to your spirit guides and your ancestors. I like to use it during deep meditations or when I'm doing any work at my altar, right? And especially things like this, when you're going to give somebody a reading, it's something intimate and that grounds you, connects you to spirit, right? So, are we ready? Is that all? Is that all the announcements? Did I get them out? Thank you. We're still at 9 minutes, so I just guess we're just going to be at a 9-minute thing. Okay, so first we're going to be pulling for Zyla. Calm down. My cat is right here, like right here. So, and she's being all jumpy and stuff because of the dogs outside. So, I need one more thing. Oh, here it is. Here we go. So we're going to be pulling for the root chakra first. Also, side note, I do not read reversals, not all the time, unless spirit really tells me like, hey, no, this is really important for you to read and it's reversed, we will do so. Anything else? I think that's pretty good. That's pretty solid for your root. Oh, nope, we got a couple more. All right. So for your root, let's see. Then we're going to go to crown. Oh, that was clear. This one too? Okay. Perfect. And then heart chakra. For the heart chakra. Okay. I think that's enough, right? Take this one? You could leave it. Reverse or no? Okay, let's talk about it. And then last but not least, your throat chakra. Throat chakra. What are you in your throat? Okay. Okay. I like that game. I like that game, guys. Okay. This may be a longer reading lesson. Yeah. Hopefully we can keep it under 45, One more. Ooh, money. I'm really feeling cold. Okay. Okay. And then just a couple more cards, some oracle cards. So today, just so you guys know, I'm using, sorry, let me pull these real quick. No, the other way. One, two, yeah, in order, please. Sorry. Last but not least. Okay, here we go. So we got some cards to go through now. All right, so today I'm using the same cards as last week. I'm doing the traditional Rider-Waite along with my Chakra Wisdom Oracle Guidebook by Tori Hartman. Right, had this for so long. One of my oldest decks, favorites. Okay, obviously because it's about chakras. Okay, so first let's start this off. The root chakra. So if you guys don't know much about the root chakra, it is called also the base chakra, the Muladhara chakra. And it is located between the anus and the genitals. So that middle spot, right? It's the thing that connects you to the earth. It's the things that connect you to your ancestors, traditions, rituals, your tribe, right? It's about stability, serenity, not serenity, sorry, security. But maybe you need some serenity in your root chakra. Serenity to knowing that you do have family, that you do have a tribe. What was I gonna say? So stable and security. When your root chakra is out of balance, you may experience scattered energy, anxiety, and fear. You can feel a little bit of that in the atmosphere. The function is embodiment. The quality is grounding. And as for food, to encourage the balance of your root chakra, root vegetables, peas, beans, lentils, and heavy foods. Okay, so first off, let me just say, I was really excited that the first card out of the gate is your card. Well, not your, but all of our card, right? We're in this Taurus season. This is the Taurus card. This is the Hierophant. And mind you, let me just tell y'all, okay? I made that my little pin, whatever they call this thing. What is it called? I can't think of it. But my little picture thing that y'all see, right? I made that, I created that earlier this morning. So way before I did this spread or pulled it live now. So just spirit coming through. So the Hierophant has come through. You also, which is also the number 5, right? Deals with changes, transitions, right? We also got the 10 of Cups. There we go. You got the 10 of Cups. And you also have the 5 of Pentacles. So to me, right off the bat, it feels like you're really stable in your root. Like your root is actually where it is meant to be. But you're having doubt around it. I think it's just like you're second guessing yourself. Just as much as I cut myself off of this live earlier, you may be experiencing the same sort of thing, pushback with yourself. So say if you have a project going on and you're like, okay, it's going to take me, it's supposed to be done tomorrow morning, right? And I can get it done tomorrow morning, but it's probably going to look like trash unless I can really if it's just a personal goal too, or an extension that can be moved, or say like, hey, I'm not going to have enough time, know that if you get to, sorry, I'm just getting a little scattered. See, and that's what that is, scattered energy. So maybe you're not all the way grounded. I also, what I was thinking about as I was driving in to this, I was feeling like, my tailbone has really been acting up today. And I know that it was acting up a lot before I did the reading last week too. But today it was just different. It was just like an incessant pain. And to me, it makes me feel as if you guys are probably have gone through multiple or at least one spiritual awakening, or some spiritual upgrades is what it really feels like. You've been undergoing some spiritual upgrades, but you don't feel grounded in what those spiritual upgrades are. So in this space, I would encourage you to be outside a little bit more, to move your root chakra, do some hip movement, maybe even some twerking, okay, to shake it out, because it helps shake out the fear and anything that's locked up in there. And doing meditation. That's the main things that I would want to say for the root chakra. Yeah, it seems like good things are coming to you. Life is good. But it could be your perspective, or maybe you just don't feel like you have enough, even though you technically have enough, right? It's just a slight lack mentality going on of oh, maybe your shit isn't good enough. Or maybe, like me, I mean, just prime example, when I kicked myself off of this live, it was because I kept stumbling during my prayer versus just letting myself stumble through stumble through the prayer, and let it be for what it is. But I'm too worried about all of these people watching me. I got a lot of people out here. It may not look like that on the views right now, but best believe there's a lot of y'all out here watching this video. Catch it. So I also wanted to make sure that I'm doing good for all of y'all, right? And not to be worried about that. Just focus on what you came here to do. period. We also got the grief card, so it just makes me think that maybe you're going through a lot of changes. Maybe you are really trying to navigate this new space that you're in right now. You're also grieving the old space that you're leaving from. You could have lost somebody recently. This kind of energy came up last week too, or at least the first week. So you may be reflecting on some of those you've lost. I know since Mother's Day is coming up, I'm sure that a lot of you who may be tuning in, hopefully not too many of you may have lost your mother or not in contact with your mother. And so this holiday may seem challenging. Also thinking about something that you can do, drop your information down below, maybe an email or something like that. My mom did a really good video in prayer for Mother's Day that may help you process any grief that you may be experiencing. And hopefully soon enough we'll get it posted on YouTube, but we got to get that together for her. But in the meantime, if you're interested and you want to get some advice or get a pick-me-up, drop your email. I'm sure she can add you to her prayer line a little bit, but really for sure she can send you the info. Just let me know that it's Mother's Day prayer. Drop your your email, okay? Let's see. Moving on. So it's pretty stable, but it's like just a little iffy, but it's due to the changes, right? When people are grieving, it's usually due to a change that they just haven't been able to adjust to yet, right? So take the time. Also, too, maybe taking a spiritual bath would be really good, grounding you in your space. I would say also go for a walk, but being by water has been major. So go ahead and take care of that. We're going to move on to the next chakra, right? Let's go. We're going to go straight for the crown. So from root to crown, where we at? Okay. I don't know if you got this last week. It makes me feel like maybe you guys did get this last week. But you have the Aquarius, the star card. I think you guys did get this last week. I just don't know if it was in this same placement. There you go. This card is all about making a wish. It's being in tune with the divine consciousness, what's going on in the stars, in the cosmos. So that actually is the most accurate place that you are, one of the best cards that you can probably get for the crown chakra. And then we have the Fool, so needing to take a risk, taking a leap of faith, right? Maybe you know exactly this thing that you're supposed to be doing or bringing forth into the world. Because last week there was a project. Now it's just moving the deadline of the project, right? Even if it's just for yourself or something about it shifting. So yeah, maybe you know exactly what this is that you're supposed to be taking a leap into and bringing forth into the world. But the doubt that you have is showing up in your root chakra and not your crown. Your crown chakra is telling you to take a risk, make a wish, and take the leap of faith. That's all it's saying. Take a risk, make a wish, and take a leap of faith, right? Then for the chakra card, you also got expansion. So it's just natural for you right now to be undergoing an expansion. Maybe you're getting into different spiritual practices that are new to you, that you're being called to. Maybe even this format of listening to me rant about your chakras is different. Maybe energy work is different to you. Yeah. You have a journey to go on. Just have faith that you can make it. It's divine for you. You wouldn't be sent this message. Let me just let you know. You wouldn't be sent this divine message or get this divine download if it wasn't meant for you to bring it into the world, right? If you do personally need extra um, clarification on that, I would say ask your guides straight up, right? Be like, hey, spirit guides, this thing that this idea, right? This thought, this intuitive message, this download that I just got, is this really for me, right? You can ask and just wait for the answer. And I'm sure it's going to come back a yes. Because if it wasn't for you, you wouldn't have got it. Okay? Anyways, simple. Simple. Okay. Now, let's see how this is affecting your heart chakra. Since we have the root and the crown chakra, the central chakra of those two is the heart chakra, which is ruled by Venus, which is also what the Hierophant and Taurus is ruled by Venus, right? The heart chakra. Love and compassion. Oh, I didn't even talk about the crown. Oh, so really quick before I go on to the heart. The crown chakra is for divine connection. When you are unbalanced, you are experiencing cynicism, disregarding what is sacred, closed-mindedness, and you may feel disconnected from spirit. In the cards that I got, it doesn't seem like you feel disconnected from spirit. You just maybe are disconnected from your inherent truth. The function of the crown chakra is liberation, freedom, liberation, and the quality is fulfillment. And the eating form or lack thereof is fasting. So whenever you want to tap in more to your crown chakra and get that clear, you want to go through the fast, water fast. You can do fruit fast, veggie fast, whatever fast that seems and has been proven to be healthy, you know, in the long run. Maybe you're doing even intermittent fasting. That's really cool, right? And it helps. Okay, so for the heart chakra, the heart chakra is ruled by air. The element is air. It's regarding self-love, right? There, and then therefore the love of others. When this heart chakra is out of balance, there is depression, difficulty in relationships, and a lack of self-discipline. The function is transformation. It's literally the center chakra of the upper and the lower. So more of like the bodily versus the spiritual chakras, right? We're like earthly grounded. I know what I mean. I just don't know if it's coming out right. The food for this chakra is fruits, nuts, and avocados. Okay. This one came out first. Yep. All right. Let's talk about those two lands. Let's talk about this first. So we have the Seven of Wands, right? Okay. The Seven of Wands to me is the advocacy card. It is the one when you have to stick up for something that you love that maybe other people don't understand, that people aren't necessarily keen to or understand why you're doing it, but you are the one who is meant to be the protector and the advocate for whatever that mission is, or whatever that thing that you're advocating for is, right? You may be feeling like it's you against the world, or that you have, it looks like you may feel like you have a lot of competition and that you're going to have to be batting them off, but Honestly, if you just focus on what you're doing and being the best you that you can be, you'll be also the best advocate that you can be. You need to take some action, though. There's some action that needs to be taken. And what I think that is going into solitude, going within yourself, right? So maybe you feel like you're lacking love. Maybe you feel like you're missing some of it somewhere, right? The message is to go into yourself, right, and find that love for you. Encourage self-love. Another thing that came up. Oh, I was supposed to give you guys my pre-messages. Sorry, but we'll go over it at the end. One of the things that came up for me is just, or when I was meditating on this energy, was about making sure that you're doing self-care things. Yeah, that's what came up for sure. It was self-care, not feeling guilty about giving yourself self-care and doing these practices more often. So maybe you're like, oh, I do practice self-care. I have my little one self-care thing on the calendar a month. No, put a little bit of self-care into every single day, right? Even make it just a ritual for your life and then add some more on top of that. There's not enough self-care, self-love that you can give yourself, right? Because the more that you come into contact with love with your own self first, is the more is the is the only way that you'll be able to come into real contact and love with somebody else. So if you're out there and you're wondering where your next relationship is going to come from, or is that guy really going to like me for me? Focus on if you like you for you. Focus on if you love you first. Do you treat yourself the way that you want to be treated? Do you treat yourself the way that you want some other person to come into your life and treat you? Do you run your own bath water? Do you buy yourself flowers? Do you take yourself on a date? Do you give yourself positive affirmations? Right? If you said no to any of those questions, do those things. Right? That's all. That's all. That's all. Also, too, we got the Three of Swords. So you may be experiencing some heartbreak, or you may be really dwelling on the lack of love that you may feel like you have or receive from somebody. Maybe somebody did put some daggers into your heart. I know when I was doing some Reiki work the other day with myself, this energy was really strong. And this card actually, like, I don't do reversals usually, but this one did come out in reverse, which is more positive when it's in reverse, meaning that you're letting go, of some of these past hurts. And what I felt like when I was doing this energy work, which I feel everything is connected, right? It literally felt like I was raking myself and I was letting the daggers, pulling them out of my chest, pulling them out of my side, pulling them out of my back, and then letting them fall to the ground, like letting me feel the weight of what it is in my hand and letting them fall to the ground until the pain stopped. Because I just felt such a deep pain, and I was like, well, what is this pain? And I was like, I want to take these swords out. So maybe that's where you're at, needing to just do the healing work, right? Figure out what's those holes that's in there. What is going on, right? Or figure out if there's something that's not supposed to be in there, right? These knives are not supposed to be in this heart. So if you feel like there's something foreign, a foreign entity in your body, you need to strip that shit, okay? Strip it out. That's all I have to say. To round it up, you got insecurity. You are thinking, what did we say? This whole thing. You have a divine message, a divine calling, some download, but then you second guess yourself. You have insecurity about whether or not this is meant for you, whether or not you're good enough. You need to go and do the self work, go within yourself and tell yourself, hey, I love me. Hey, this is meant for me. Hey, this is what journey I'm on. Take these knives, take these wounds out of you and fill them with love. Fill them with love. I feel like that's work that I've been doing a lot lately. When I do Reiki for myself, or when I sense something going on in the atmosphere and I need to extra charge the energy within my space, but I also can tell that there's somebody nearby that needs a little extra love, right? I try and shine my light of love so bright around myself that my love can't help but to feel, right? And not mine, the divine's love, right? Can't help but to fill those holes in those nearby people, right? So that they can do the healing work for themselves. You know how there's the saying, help hurt people hurt people? My new best mantra is helpful people help people help people, right? So y'all can take it for what it is. I may put it on a t-shirt sometime. Okay. But I want to move on because we do have a little bit more of reading to do. But this heart chakra is really feeling the effects of the work. It's showing up in the root, but your root is trying to, it's like activated, it's good, but it's like this insecurity that you have is clogging you up. It is clogging you up, right? So in order to get back on track, you have to go within yourself. You have to go back inside yourself. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a star right there. And that star is that true north that's within yourself, right? And as long as you go looking for that, you'll find it. Oh, you're about to get me worked up now. All right. Where's my button going? Is that it? I think that is it. Okay. Okay, so on the surface, you are the magician, right? You are able to divine and create anything that you want. You're able to get a download from spirit, use whatever materials that you have access to, right? That you have access to. That goes back to that Five of Pentacles energy, not feeling like you have the resources when you do, right? Using the resources that you have access to create the dream, to create the manifestation of whatever download and whatever inspiration that you got and received beforehand, right? And this is infinitive. Just to let you know, my mom's talk was about motherhood infinity, right? So if y'all want access to that prayer, to that video chat talk situation, make sure you drop your name down below. The other card you got was Temperance. So this is really the coming into balance, right? After you have undergone a transition. The card that comes right before this is the Death card. And so this is right after death, when you're coming into trying to navigate the cosmos of what you're bringing into fruition, right? So it's not created yet, right? What you're going to is not created yet, but you're coming into balance of who you used to be, who you are destined to be, and who you are in this process right now, right? What that looks like right now. And that's partially saying goodbye to the old you and also welcoming the new you. And every step along that way, you're going to have to keep doing that, shedding and reincorporating love, shedding, reincorporating love, shedding, regrowth, shedding, regrowth, right? You're doing well. You just need to trust yourself and trust the process, right? Know that you have access to all the resources that you need and you'll be fine. On the in the subconscious, you have the Ace of Wands. or sorry, the Ace of Swords. Um, New thoughts and ideas may be coming to you even now. Be on the lookout for any new thoughts and ideas and creative nudges that you may get in the next couple of days or moments. That'll help you get over this whatever hurdle that you've been dealing with. Also, listen to any intuitive nudges that you may be getting about any self-care rituals that you can be taking on. Some simple things that we don't always talk about, but just being more moisturized. Like, is your skin dry, right? Are you drinking enough water, right? Are you taking enough walks, right? And if you're suffering, if you're somebody that suffers from depression, like me, sometimes it happens, okay? Um, Make sure you're doing the things that you need to, like opening the blinds, making your bed, getting some sunlight, some vitamin D, eating some foods that feel really good and healthy to you. Um, and this will help you spark this new beginning that you're stepping into with these projects. But you have to be willing to hear, right? That's one thing that I'm hearing. You have to be willing to listen. If you're not going to do the work to sit and be silent, right? Or to do any, helpful meditations, then this inspiration may be in front of you, but you may not be seeing it. Okay, God is there inspiring you every single day, every moment of every day. But are you paying attention? Oh, I forgot one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I did that a little backwards. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Real quick for the throat chakra, because I forgot to talk about the throat chakra. The throat chakra rules communication. The malfunction of the throat chakra is shyness, being withdrawn, having arrogance, right? Expressing arrogance, I guess. And then what? It says something else. Oh, increased anxiety, right? The function, of course, again, is communication. The quality is vibration, sound, and voice, right? And when it comes to the relationship you have with food, this chakra is focused. What helps this chakra come into balance is the aesthetics of the food that you're eating. So, does it look pretty? Does what your food look pretty? Does it have colors? Is it vibrant? Right? To look like it's full of life, right? Do you take a moment to actually look at it, or are you just putting it in your mouth? All of those things. Okay, so for the throat chakra, yeah, you're doing, it's just crazy because it's like you're right there. You're right there, bro. Just keep going. Just keep going, right? You have the strength card, which means that you're getting control over unruly emotions or unruly things. Like, so maybe your habit before coming into this has been like you've been waking up late or you've been feeling really lethargic and lazy. You're actually overcoming your hurdles, right? You're starting to wake up earlier. You're starting to do the work that you have a little bit more energy in your body, and you're able to tame that wild side. This could be people, this could be energies around you. Um, and maybe this could just be procrastination, right? Overcoming procrastination. You have the world card, which tells me that the world is at your fingertips. You can do whatever you need to do with your voice. It is open and it's honest. And it'll bring you full circle to where you need to be. Having good communication skills is the key to success in the world, right? Um, she also has an infinitive sign over her. Okay, just to know. Which means that this is beginningless and endless. It goes um, from the end of time and back. Ooh, There is no end time. So you really may be a mother, you may be stepping into a new role, something that's less focused on motherhood. You may be at a transition where your kid is either getting older or moving out of the house, or making a positive transition. It doesn't seem bad. Making a positive transition. Or maybe they're just gotten to a certain age where you don't need to be there all the time, right? So maybe they're not toddlers anymore and they are kind of going back to school or something, and you're able to put this extra energy into um, taking a class or writing or dancing or picking up a hobby that you haven't been able to explore because of lack of time due to the responsibilities of motherhood, right? Not blaming it on them, but just saying that the responsibilities of motherhood didn't give you as much time to devote to one certain thing or this hobby that you want to bring into your life. Maybe this is the time that you're stepping back into that hobby or embarking on a new one. But still here in the chakra card, we still got rejection. So you still may be worried about what people think, what people are saying. And then one other thing that maybe for a couple of people is that maybe what you're afraid that what you're saying is coming off the wrong way. I said this last week, but I mean it in a different way this week. Like, not just like I know I don't want to go there with that. You're just afraid, like, so, okay, so good example. So say that you're somebody who, sees kind of more of the world for what it is and some of the corruption that's going on. And then when you speak about some of the corruption to some people, you're worried that they're going to be like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Like, although you're willing and open and ready to talk about these things, you may have some doubt behind the mind a little bit about not going forward. But from the cards that I got here, especially the strength card, it just makes me feel that um, you can go ahead and take that risk of sharing what you need to share with the people that you need to listen to share this with, and they will be willing to listen. It just may not seem like it right off of the bat, right? But you have the talent, you have the skill, you have the strength to be able to sway them in the most effective ways possible, or at least get them to see through the smoke of what society has told you was real. Something about archways, okay, is something else that's coming up for me out of these cards. Again, it just seems like a transition. You're moving from one phase of a life to another. Maybe you're entering into motherhood. Maybe that's something new. But yeah, it makes me feel like maybe you're stepping into a new role. Maybe motherhood starts to look different for you in this stage of life. Currency. Emotional currency. I don't know. Whatever that means to you. Emotional currency. You have the emotional currency to be able to navigate any rejection that you may face. Ooh, you see that? You see these faces? The emotional currency to craft and skill any doubtful minds. Okay, we're almost done. almost. Last but not least, the last two cards, which gives us a little bit more of some overall energy that we need to have. We got some of these last week too, is gratitude, right? Being grateful for where you are, being grateful for what you have. The more that you're grateful for what you have and the opportunities that are bestowed upon you, right? Or the blessings, like the more that you're going to be able to attract those and even better things to your life, right? If you want love, honor the love that you already have in your life. You'll attract more love, right? Friendships, money, career, housing, jobs, anything, right? Plants, right? Maybe you feel like, I don't have that many plants. Get one. You're like, oh my God, I love this plant. This plant is so awesome. I love looking at this plant every day. Look how beautiful this plant is. This plant makes me feel amazing. Soon enough, you're going to buy yourself more plants. The world is going to buy you some more plants. Your mom may buy you a plant, your sister, anybody, right? But appreciate these things in order to attract these things, right? You're pregnant with good energy. Pregnant with some good energy, okay? Pregnant with some good energy. Okay, I'm about to be done. And then we got perseverance. So really making sure that you're persevering throughout all of this doubt or any naysaying that may be going on in the outer world, or any false beliefs that may be coming forth from your past. Let those go. Take those daggers out of your back. Take those doubts out of your mind, right? Maybe you're pulling daggers out of your head and your heart, right? Doing them simultaneously, but feel the weight of whatever you're pulling out. Let it go. Let that shit drop to the ground. Step into your abundance. Step into your inheritance, right? Is there anything else? I do have just a couple of last little messages from things that I've downloaded. You do have a little bit of sit down energy going on, so definitely persevere, go forward, make a step, but also go inward, go into yourself, look inward and see what needs to be done. Although you still need to keep moving, you do have a little bit of a sit down energy, so don't be doing shit too fast, right? Making sure that you're going inward. Let's see, anything else? Man. Watch your sugar intake. Your sugar intake may be a little bit high. Try and go for more natural sugars. Okay. Check out farmers markets if you're nearby. Support local businesses. There's a mouth-watering energy going on, so slurp it up. Slurp up the good energy. And then last but not least, make sure you're playing the game better than them. Okay? So you may think that they're trying to play you, so you're trying to play them. But they may get onto you trying to play you. They may be getting on to you trying to play them, so they're trying to play you harder than you're playing them. But make sure that you have the upper hand. So make sure you're playing the game better, smarter, harder than they are. Okay. And maybe that's just against yourself. So I'll see y'all next time. Again, you can check me out at Embodied Spirituality on Instagram and on YouTube, and also check out my website, embodiedspirituality.net. If you want your own personal chakra reading where we go through all the chakras, feel free to check it out on my website, and we can set that up. Okay. Otherwise, I will be seeing you next week, probably on Thursday next week. For the last installment of the Taurus season Chakra Checkup. I'm so excited. I love that I get to come here and do this with you guys. Much love, much positivity, much Reiki, root to root, heart to heart, crown to crown, crown to crown, crown to crown, crown to crown, crown to crown. I give Thanks.